30.
Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to have a new live stream now, and it's going to be about the new Barbie movie that's been called out, the one about, well, not about, but with Amy Schumer. And this point was brought forth to us by the ramblings of nobody, so I'm going to give the floor to the ramblings. Ramblings, by all means, go ahead, mate.
Yeah, so apparently Amy Schumer is going to be playing Barbie. I don't know if for the one person out there who doesn't know what Barbie is, it's a series owned by Mattel, the same people that make Hot Wheels. And they have chosen the muffin top queen to play Barbie. Oh God, I can only imagine. And the first thing to come out of that since the announcement is all the fat shaming that they've started to crack down on, quote unquote. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of shit popping up over Twitter about people calling her fat, but
she is.
I would call that just trolling, and she's not exactly what do we say, Lifetime Model of the Year. I don't know, is Lifetime a modeling magazine? I'm not a woman.
No, that's not.
Well, you're the only woman.
Well, in some sort of fetish communities, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
Maybe.
by that logic, Popular Mechanics and what? Barnyard Animals, the magazine, can be fetish magazines. So what do you guys think of this? You guys are going to go see this movie?
I thought it was clickbait.
You really
legitimately thought it was clickbait. But apparently it's not. And that's scary.
No,
it's very scary.
And I've actually found out about the synopsis. Do you guys know what the synopsis is?
What? Okay,
so this is what they've announced is going to be the synopsis of this movie. And when I read this, I actually sat back in my chair and had to take a deep breath because this movie is going to be the most controversial thing since Ghostbusters. And I believe Coconut was the one who said that earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Ghostbusters 2.0. Well,
Ghostbusters 2.0.
The synopsis for the movie is as follows. Amy Schumer is going to be playing Barbie, the beautiful head of Barbie Land, and she's going to be getting thrown out of Barbie Land because she's not pretty enough.
Yeah.
The movie then follows. It then follows Barbie on her self-realizing journey to learn that beauty comes from within, and she needs to make her way back to Barbie Land to save all her friends with her newfound inner beauty. I don't know how the fuck they're gonna do that, but I guarantee
it's enchanted but not good.
Yeah, basically.
Oh God, it's a friggin' joke is what it is.
What is it? The Smurfs movie meets fucking Ghostbusters.
So basically, most of the film will be CGI with Schumer's face, head stuck on a CGI body, and then she comes back to Barbie Land, normal size.
I mean, look at I'm sharing a picture of Amy Schumer on the blah de blah. Look at this face. I mean, she looks like a wasp.
She has that butt teeth thing that I was talking about earlier. Look.
It's a chipmunk face.
It's chipmunk face.
He's chipmunk.
It's just, I mean, nothing about this screams to me that she's not attractive, but more loudly it screams, "Get the fuck away from me."
Well,
yeah.
Here's another thing that kind of. Okay, we can go back to fat shaming her, but we're going to take a high road for a minute because this is a big problem with this movie. It's supposed to be a G or PG rated movie, I think is what it was. Amy Schumer is not PG by any standards. Every other word out of her mouth is about her pussy, and that is
vagina.
That's true.
Vagina.
Is that really the type of thing that we want in front of our kids? Like, okay, for the love of God, this is a Barbie movie. You know that 5-year-olds are going to go see it. 5-year-olds and longtime collectors of the thing. Do you really think that the person who talks every fucking time she's on stage, every 5 minutes, she has to talk about her pussy? Is that really the type of person we want in this movie?
No.
No, but I don't understand this movie to begin with, to be honest.
Nobody does.
It's just another cash grab, basically.
Yeah, it's basically Ghostbusters 2.0. It is Ghostbusters 2.0. I mean,
but we've seen a bunch of Barbie movies before.
And I was actually just about to bring that up.
The newest thing about Barbie now is that they're introducing real life body types for Barbies. That's a big thing right now. Okay, I work in retail, so I go down that aisle and I see we got thin, then we got realistic, and then we got thick. They have thick Barbies, you know.
I guess now would be the perfect time to cast a real life Barbie, since you don't have to have a size -2 waist.
There's a woman out there that
there's
is
multiple women
dedicated to look like Barbie. They remove ribs
there are a few,
and
yeah.
everything.
I'm sharing this picture with Amy Schumer too. Because everyone is to say, well, she's fat, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I'm not going to say she's fat. I mean, she could be a bit thinner, but she's not obese or anything like that.
No, by no means.
And then people actually have to say, well, look at her. She even dares to share this picture. And if I look at this picture, it's not that she looks fat. She looks like a whore.
Oh, yeah.
I have T-shirts that are longer than that.
Oh, yeah.
And this is going to be how a good woman should behave. And I don't care. People can dress the fuck they want. But, I mean, if you don't want people to slut shame, then this is not the way to go.
Just it's simple. If you wanna be respected and you wanna be fucking, you don't dress like that.
I believe the phrase was dress for success, dress for the job you want, dress for the life you want. If you want to live your life like a scantily clad whore, dress like a scantily clad whore. If you want to be a successful scantily clad whore, be a successful scantily clad whore.
You wear whatever you want, but don't be surprised to be judged by what you wear. Okay, we're human beings.
Unfortunately, we all hear that phrase, don't judge a book by its cover, but I don't think many of us start taking it to heart until we finally realize what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. It's almost as if they go out of the way to look for how do you call it? Controversy.
You mean them or us?
Well, them in this case. They go out of their way to look for controversy, and when they finally find controversy, they complain that they are being in the middle of a controversy. But they started it.
Full disclosure, I will call Amy Schumer the fattest thing that I have ever seen, but I don't honestly think that. I'm just a very vulgar, volatile, mean-spirited person. But, I'm not going to go... I would call it to her face, but I wouldn't go spamming that all over Twitter.
Well, she's not fat. I mean...
She's not fat. She's a very mild person. She's Hollywood levels of fat, if that. She doesn't really balloon out of her side. She's not... Oh, God, what was it, Carlos? That picture that you shared earlier.
Believe it's not a couch.
She doesn't the couch one. I can share the couch one.
Yeah. Pull up the couch one. She's not a couch.
God,
that was horrible. Let me see if I can find it again. I should have it.
Full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This picture is what we usually refer to when we call someone fat. And
this is what I see.
Sorry, you first, Coconut.
This is what I see on a daily basis, basically.
Do you work at Walmart?
Yes.
No wonder.
No wonder. At least I work in higher up, so I don't have to deal with these people.
Okay, I'm gonna share that picture. That was fucking awesome.
This one.
Let me pull it to it.
That
one.
That's nothing.
Well, I found this one pretty. Scary is the best word.
You see this one?
Oh no.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad too.
That was unsolicited, okay, sir?
I'm sorry.
Unsolicited stomach pics.
Jesus, she has more rolls than a bakery.
That is the equivalent of an unsolicited dick pic.
Jesus, she is a bakery.
In the public chat.
Sorry,
God, that was horrific. I apologize, people. That was a weapon of mass destruction.
Get your bleach out, you know.
Yeah, as I've said, she has
Weapon
more
of
than
mass.
a
That was a weapon of mass destruction. Emphasis on mass.
mass,
yes.
and there's a lot of it.
But the irony was that what she said I didn't give time to read, and I'll read it what she wrote without showing that horrible thing again. She writes in the paper she was holding on her side, "I need feminism because I should be able to wear what I want and not be afraid of the possibility to get raped."
Sorry, lady, we don't have. Not every man has a tow truck handy.
I like the warp reflection. Did you see Boy Petfit? No, not that one. Sorry. She's stunning and beautiful. Okay, women like that, even women like Amy Schumer, are only stunning in being beautiful that you're stunned when someone says that they think they are beautiful. So you think that's beautiful? Now that got me stunned. If you want beautiful women, because there are beautiful women out there, there really are.
Oh yeah, plenty.
But then, yeah.
They're all accessible from your local internet provider.
Well, that too, I guess.
Except for in London, I guess.
He has a point.
There's a few links that we'll leave in the description for you to check out at your own digression whenever you want to see some beautiful women. But we'll leave a few recommended sites.
Is Pornhub among them sites?
No.
Hey,
No.
there's a thing for everybody. It's
Pornhub, RedTube, Brazzers,
Yeah. So basically, what he says.
Ex-hamster.
X-Hamster.
Pornhub. Well, there are websites for this sort of stuff, and Pornhub is not just one of them. No, sorry,
No, they're
Pornhub is
definitely-
not one of them.
Yes, there is.
It's several of them.
Okay, well, RedTube.
One of them. It's several of them. And here's the thing. There are guys out there who are into that. So I mean, it's not like she won't find someone eventually. You can go to these sites. You can search the word fat and you will find women of all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, there's always going to be.
In all fairness, though, we don't know that there's not someone in her already.
Yeah.
Maybe it's trying to crawl out.
You might have to send in a rescue team to get him out.
Anyway, we
Quick,
digress a little bit.
Quick.
little bit.
Someone. Call the fire department.
My last comment.
Jaws of life.
Yeah. Just my last comment on that picture, that horrible picture about her not wanting to get raped. That is her fantasy, because she will never get raped, but she will get fucked. I mean, yes, to put it bluntly, by men who like big beautiful women, obviously. But
Fat chick.
God,
She is big, but she ain't beautiful.
Bill Clinton.
oh, it's a term that they use huge.
Yeah,
among
they're-
the manatee, exactly. Yeah.
Some
They're
fat
community.
appreciators.
Wait, did you say manatee? Yeah, because she is a fucking manatee.
Oh, exactly. Oh, the huge manatee.
Hey, you leave the majestic sea cow alone. It has done nothing to deserve it.
I apologize again. I shouldn't have sullied that beautiful animal.
You should
Nothing.
not sully the sea cow.
Nothing wrong with
The
whales
manatee,
either, but they
yeah.
should stay in the sea. Anyway, back to Amy Schumer's Barbie thingy.
Yeah, back to Muffin Top Queen.
Okay, the funny thing, because nobody gave us two links, and one of them was Amy Schumer's Barbie casting prompts fat shaming backlash. Better lose a lot of weight.
Yep.
And I'm like, I mean, I have to admit, the first thing that came to my mind when I heard Amy Schumer is going to play Barbie is like, what? She's going to play both of them?
That's horrible.
And
That's brilliant.
You know,
and under the one of the links you sent us, there were a bunch of tweets. They put tweets in there, and those tweets are from 5 December. So this article isn't old, and the tweets weren't old either.
No.
And, where was it? I have to find it now again. Oh, I can't find it this fast. Anyway, there was a tweet that basically said, well, I would expect Amy Schumer to play in the Barbie movie. And my response was, as what? Barbie's friend? Because I don't see it. I mean, Mattel's Barbie, as unrealistic as some people may call her, is well, ancient. Mm-hmm. This Barbie has been around for 100 years, roughly. Well, not really, but long, very long.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything about Amy Schumer is not what Barbie is, except for the color of her hair
and the color of her skin.
Yeah, someone in the
well,
comments, I'm pretty sure one of the factors is her attitude, disposition, and the rank as her body odor.
This is not an insult. Well, this might be depending on if you understand what I'm talking about. But this is not an insult or intended as one. But Amy Schumer would be a lot more inclined towards a role in a Bratz movie.
Oh,
yes.
I remember those. Yeah.
Like, honest to God, I'm not criticizing her. I'm not criticizing her ability to act, but her style of humor, the way she looks, just the way she carries herself, she would be a lot more geared towards a Bratz movie. When I was growing up, Barbie was always the prissy upper-class girl with the black friend who we called Oreo. And
Ken.
Yeah, and the white dude. And the dude.
Ken. Yeah.
Ken. Yeah, the dickless dude.
No.
Yeah, Ken didn't have a dick.
See,
He didn't. He literally didn't have a dick.
No, he literally didn't have a dick.
He didn't even have a bump of a dick.
No. No, he had a woman's bump.
Yeah.
But, I honestly feel like she would be a lot more geared towards a Bratz style of movie, because Bratz was always the hip-hop bad girl, giant big-headed fuck all.
Mean Girls.
Bratz was the ego, and Bratz was the ego, Barbie was the beauty. That's exactly what it was.
Tony in the chat says she's more of a Shrek chick.
I hate Shrek, but I have respect for Fiona. I can't call Amy Schumer Fiona.
Yeah. Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
The thing is, though, and this is something I never understood about feminism. It's not. I mean, women are always insecure about how they look. Men in lesser value as well, but women are always insecure about how they look.
Oh,
and on average, men simply don't care. As long as you're not too fat, you don't go into extremes, and you try to be a good person. They don't really care about the way you look.
Pretty much.
Looks are a bonus, okay? Looks are a bonus.
They're not even a bonus. Nobody cares. Trust me, you can be the most ugly woman in the world, but if you treat a guy right, he will not have eyes for anyone but you. But that's how simple it is. I mean, the same thing. Slut shaming is something done by women to women. It's not something done by men. I mean, I can promise you, as soon as there's a girl in a disco and someone is going on about, well, that woman is a slut, I will promise you, every guy is going to be, which one? Her? Okay. Are you sure?
Oh my God! Oh, talk about slut shaming and the hypocrisy. I found the article.
That's Modwain showing his age. We don't have discos anymore.
Amy Schumer's Barbie will not be a blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world.
What are you talking about? You do have discotheques still. They're filled with SJWs.
But it's kind of funny though. I mean, I'm reading some of the tweets now, right?
Yeah.
What was it? I have to look for it. Okay.
I find it funny that some people are saying that Amy Schumer is not slut shaming, the slut shaming and everything, and then they turn around and called Barbie a bimbo.
Yeah. But this is one of the people, one of the tweets under one of the articles is, I forgot. Anyway, the shit people are saying about Amy Schumer. about Amy Schumer as Barbie is awful.
Yeah,
You
it's
get
disgusting.
that the original doll is bad for girls' body image, right? So Barbie's doll, the doll Barbie, is bad for women's image. How is feminism not bad for women's image? We have to accept all sorts of body types, and if you are beautiful and you dress to show that you're beautiful, you're a slut. And it's not because men say this, it's because feminism does. Seems to me that feminism is more toxic than Barbie dolls are.
Yeah, this is the real life one of the real life Barbie dolls that I'm screen sharing.
I know we had talked about this earlier, but another thing that I was actually going to say was, so what? People dress up to look like anime chicks too. I mean, it's just a thing. I wouldn't necessarily call this the average girl.
Yeah.
The one you're showing us now, Mark, she actually went through surgery to have some of her ribs removed.
It's Valeria Lukianova.
Yeah.
Is she Indian?
No, she's Ukrainian.
Ukrainian, yeah.
I just the picture has a dot on her forehead, so I figured to ask.
Whatever, I'd still smash.
I mean, she's not a bad-looking girl, but look at her face. Most men look at her face and done. They don't care. I mean, if I want to have a sexy woman, I'll go to one of those websites mentioned earlier.
There's interesting about that calling the Barbie a bimbo and saying she's bad and all things. Does anyone remember? I think it was last year. Amy Schumer shamed this kid, a 15-year-old fan of hers. Who wrote a letter.
Are you talking about the dude who took a picture with her, posted it online, and said, "Look who I slept. Look who I was with last night." Yeah, I remember that. Fuck her.
Yeah.
Fuck her
exactly.
sideways.
Yeah. Really, she's a feminist complaining that Barbie is bimbo. Is a bimbo going to play a bimbo? The mind boggles.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that is something that we forgot to mention that she has in common with Barbie: the brain size.
She's like, oh, don't slut shame me, but turns around and says, oh, Barbie's a bimbo.
Exactly.
Barbie is a bimbo.
The only thing I remember about Barbies is that I used to dismember them.
Yeah.
I never had Barbies in my life. Oh, I'm so...
I had a sister,
so incomplete.
Or I have a sister.
Oh, God.
My parents tried to get me Barbies, but it didn't work out.
My next door neighbor had them, and when I went to go over to play with her brothers, I would steal her Barbies, and we would tie them to my train set and run them over.
We used to tie them. We used to tie them to the ceiling fan and watch them go around. Okay.
We did that a few times, but we got sick of that after it smacked us in the head.
My daughter was given a Barbie doll. I think she still has it in the original. Maybe on, maybe not. I don't know what she did with it. So, and she never played with it. She didn't like it at all, which is amazing. She has other dolls, the cheaper dolls that just look like dolls from those haunted movies, and she liked playing with those lifeless plastic shit things. But with Barbie, she just put it away, and it doesn't really say anything to me.
The value of something comes from the memories you have in it, not so much the money that was put into it.
Yep.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, true that. It's kind of funny though. I mean, once again, we're talking about a movie that hasn't even been made because of the narrative that's being spun by the social justice feminist bullshitters.
I'm actually glad you brought that up.
It's gonna be the same thing as Ghostbusters.
It's going to be the exact same thing as Ghostbusters, only we're getting a head start on it because the trailer hasn't even fucking dropped yet.
Yeah.
That is exactly what's going to happen. I'm calling it now. I'm agreeing with Mundane Matt on this. And I'm actually going to agree with his prediction on this too. I think Ken's going to be the villain. I really honestly do.
But that's another thing I remember. I mean, this is something, when I talked about Barbie in the past, it's a long time ago, I had a conversation about how Barbie was a bad role model for women and blah, blah, blah. And there was a woman who actually said, well, no, Barbie isn't a bad role model for women, but people need to recognize this. Barbie and Ken are not a couple because they are both the same. Ken is the male version of Barbie, but they're both the same. Barbie goes home with G.I. Joe.
Oh, that's so true.
But
So
there's
were you
not going
saying
to be.
Ken is like Jody or something like that?
No. He's saying that Ken wants to go home with G.I. Joe, but G.I. Joe's not gay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically that.
Ken has already been a villain displayed as a villain in one movie.
Yeah,
Toy Story 3.
Toy Story
Toy
3,
Story 3.
exactly.
But he
actually,
didn't. In the end, he didn't end up being a villain. He was with Barbie. It was quite Him and Barbie got married in like the little short. You know.
Actually, again, I agree with Mundane Matt on this one. I think the best Barbie movie anyone could have gotten was the Toy Story series.
Yeah, I like the
Yes.
Toy Story theories, but that's
Honest to
just
God.
nostalgia.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing. Everyone can go sit down and watch Toy Story. It's got Barbie in it. It has a Barbie plotline in it. And regardless of your gender, age, sex, race, or whatever fucking fence post you decide to identify as today, you're still going to enjoy it because it's a good movie. It's a very well-told story that just happens to include licensed characters.
The thing is, though, if we look at the Barbie movie, compare it to the Ghostbuster movie, these are movies that are driven by, how do you call it?
Controversy.
No, not even controversy, because controversy in itself isn't bad. It's what this controversy is about. It's pure identity politics.
Identity politics. Yeah.
It's pure identity politics. You have to agree with us because we are right. This is the left all over again.
It's preying on moral superiority.
Indeed, they've learned nothing from the election.
Yep.
No, they believe
I think they're still rioting. I honestly think they're still rioting.
That's part of the indoctrination, though, isn't it? If they don't agree, double down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you can't double down no more, which is never.
Well,
I'm going to sidetrack on this a little bit. I actually just finished Mass Effect 1, and indoctrination is a big part of that plot. And I was kind of picking out different parallels that I had noticed they had talked about that kind of reply to SJW. So if you want to get a good, outside view without having any of the labels, play Mass Effect.
It's somehow how I feel about the Deus Ex series. It's my favorite series. It's really what got me into this.
All lives matter.
all lives matter.
All lives matter. Oh, I was so furious with it.
You know what? You know what? Fuck all of you. R2D2 lives matter.
Hey, listen, there's only one R2D2.
Exactly.
No. Astromechs. There are more R2 units.
Okay, let's get back on topic.
I meant to say.
Back on topic. Yeah, back.
I just want to say, of all the controversy that will happen, imagine this is a scenario that the movie is released. Parents, average parents, blue collar workers, and all that shit. Not the the social dominance warriors that think they talk for everyone. The parents say, no, we don't like that because she's not a good role model. Can you imagine the backlash? The social dominance warriors was a phrase coined by one of I follow him and he follows me. He's let me see, this kid who coined the phrase. What's his name? I think he's Cognitive Thought's brother. Well, he's
social dominance warrior. I like that.
Yeah, because they are social dominance warriors. They're not social justice. They don't look for justice. Look for dominance, which is a fucking good. I have to mention. I mentioned him in my stream last night, but I have to also mention him again because he's just brilliant. He did something I didn't think about, and when I can't think about something, it's Kid in the Block, Kid in the Crowd. He's his name. And he coined that. The first time I saw it, he coined that phrase, which is fucking very accurate.
That is amazing.
Can you guys imagine the media, the social justice, social dominance warriors backlash to these parents who want best for their kids? They don't want any bullshit. The names they're going to call them. They're going to call them racist, sexist, misogynist, every ists under the book. And you know what's going to happen?
I don't think anyone's going to care. Honestly.
No, the parents won't care. The parents will just say, "Fuck you. We're not going to go," and that movie's going to bomb again.
Yeah, no, that's. I think that's a pretty accurate prediction. Yeah, but I think I would hope that by that point, if we get another backlash like that again, be on par with the Ghostbusters, anti-sexism, anti-woman, fuck you all, women are funny, believe us. If we get something on the level of that type of backlash again, with the way that the media and the social dominance warriors have been reacting to the election and everything else that's been happening lately, I kind of feel like that might be a cutting off point. I mean, as it is, they're already starting to kind of slide out of the public eye.
Exactly, it will be their death knell.
Like, I think Sargon of Akkad was the one who said this earlier, but this is probably going to be a hill that they're going to wind up dying on. I think it was originally supposed to be Ghostbusters, but if they want to survive, they'll drop this.
Yeah, they didn't learn.
No,
they didn't learn.
That's the end. That's the final say. If they want to survive, they will drop this, and we won't ever hear about it again.
But they don't care because they don't realize that they're basically going down.
No, this is basically a suicide. This is basically a suicide shot. This is a suicide mission, and they don't realize that.
Yeah.
But then again, they're like fucking cockroaches. They were supposed to die on Ghostbusters. They didn't die on Ghostbusters. They're supposed to die when God Emperor Trump took the White House, and they started rioting in the streets. So I mean, maybe if they start rioting after maybe if they start rioting after Barbie, we might start shooting them.
Yeah, maybe.
That's exactly. I don't understand. No, obviously no. I don't understand the corporate mindset that says, "Shit, let's just fucking throw money away. We don't give a shit. Here, have a whole $200-400 million. Burn it. There you go.
Well, look,
we don't care about the returns."
Look, man, I mean, Michael Bay is a player in this industry. That kind of... He's basically a money sink as it is.
No, his movies make money.
Yeah, they make money, but they don't make rating. They fucking suck. They are absolutely terrible. It is a waste of money because in 5 years' time, those movies are basically going to be fucking non-existent. I haven't heard shit about Transformers again, but if I were to go back...
They're just feeding off of nostalgia. Okay? It's the same thing over and over again. It's been going on in Hollywood for a long time. They're running out of ideas.
Yeah, but you'll still hear people praise the first movie, the animated one, way back from the day. That is still a good movie that you can go back and watch. But the movie scene nowadays, honestly, I kind of feel like the Marvel movies even kind of dig into this, is everything's a little bit too pop culture-y. Everything's a little bit too referential. Everything kind of requires you to be everything kind of requires you to be alive now to understand what they're saying.
Yeah, it's completely a reboot and rehash of things that were popular from like the 80s and 90s.
Star Wars Episode 7 one.
I agree with you. But that's not what I meant. The companies throw money at Michael Bay, but he returns a profit. They threw money at Ghostbusters, it fucking cost them hell.
Loads.
Yeah, and if they're going to throw that type of money, I mean throwing that money away, burning it, not without a return, because you can hate those movies, Michael Bay. Excuse me, but it made a profit, and a huge profit in that. People like explosions.
I have a theory about that, actually, in regards to the Ghostbusters movie. Don't know about anything else, but I think I might know why they threw so much money into the Ghostbusters movie, and I think we can blame the media.
Okay.
No, the movie sucked. The movie sucked.
Well, the movie sucked absolute ass. There was no doubt about that. But I feel like they dumped a lot more money, because there was a lot of reshoots for that movie, too. There was a fuck ton of reshoots for that movie.
Yeah.
Whether they want to admit it or not, there was a massive fuck ton of reshoots for that movie. I think they dumped a lot more money into the movie because the media was giving them the idea that there were a lot more people who were going to see it than there really were, because they were under the assumption that everyone thought this minority was calling them sexist, when the reality was the majority was calling them sexist for calling us sexist.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It is literally an exact mirror of what happened with Donald Trump. No one wanted to listen to the fact that he was going to be put in the White House. Well, now he's in the White House. No one wanted to listen to the fact that the movie was going to suck. Well, the movie sucked and they lost a lot more money.
Yeah, it's a shame really, because basically what they are doing is basically self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm going to tell you that you hate me. I don't hate you. You hate me. I don't hate you. You hate me. I don't hate you. Can you stop about it already? You hate me. For fuck's sake, I don't hate you. Can you stop about it already? You hate me. You know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, and that's just a
Exactly.
guess, but I think that might be why, Carlos. It's just a guess, though.
It's like the longer you tell me that I hate you, I might actually start to hate you,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it worked for Hillary Clinton, so.
or at least have a general dislike for you, because hate is a little too strong a word.
True. I don't hate anyone. I'm just too lazy to hate. Hate costs a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't hate anyone. I just have a strong dislike for people.
I don't even have a strong dislike, because that means that I have to care. I'm sorry if you're a person that, I mean, if you think I hate you, then either you don't understand me or you don't understand hate.
Modwain, why do you hate me?
Probably.
I don't hate anyone.
It's
No,
me.
but you clearly hate me. I mean, it's
He clearly
it's
hates
clear.
me too.
No, it's quite simple.
Yeah.
I live by the following philosophy. There are no people below me. There are no people above me. I do not decide whether I am above you. You decide whether I am above you. Those who are above me don't want to hurt me. Those who are below me cannot hurt me. I
All
do
hail.
not decide where you are. If you are below me, then why should I care?
All hail the Grand Netherland Buddha.
Well, no.
Did you just say you hated
Well,
nobody?
yes.
I'm just another guy. There's nothing special about me.
No,
Yeah.
but you're a voice of reason in every chat that we have.
Well, thank you. I like the compliment. I've once been coined as, this is online, I used to be a guild master in World of Warcraft, and people basically called me Switzerland.
Guys, I have to go. I've got into a coughing fit, and it's not passing. So, good night, guys. Thanks for
Okay.
having me on.
See you later,
Hope you
mate.
feel better.
Take
Hope you
care.
feel better,
Bye.
man.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Anyway,
Take care.
I'm going to use this moment because we have been going back and forth off the topic. Does that mean we're done with Amy Schumer?
There's really not much
Yeah.
you can say about it besides bitching that there's a fat chick in a Barbie movie.
Basically,
I still
it's
wouldn't
just,
call her fat, though.
She is.
Too fat for Barbie.
she's
Not
a
too fat
muffin.
Yeah.
for Barbie. Okay, fair enough. No, that's a good point. Too fat for Barbie.
She's just a muffin.
So, yeah, there is that then.
Well, like the whole point that women can be funny. Look at this and blah blah. Yeah, women can be funny, of course, but
Too bad that so many of them aren't.
Women
like
can
Christina
be funny,
Pazitsky is
but
pretty funny. But yeah,
the thing
not,
is,
not Amy
it's-
Schumer.
Yeah, yeah. I never
Women-
heard of it.
Women
It's
can
pulled
be
out.
funny, but what Amy Schumer needs to realize is eating all the female comedians doesn't make her more funny.
I think. I just think from an evolutionary standpoint, women don't really need to be funny. Like
Yeah.
they can be funny, but they don't really need to.
Well, from
Yeah.
Women don't need to be
do
funny.
men really need to be funny?
Women don't
Nobody
need to be
needs
funny.
to be
Guys
They
need to
don't.
be
They just need to cook and have
Guys-
good sex. That's it.
No, women
Guys-
don't need to be funny. Guys need to be funny because it's a way that
Yeah.
we can pick up chicks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All women
men-
can do is cook. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah,
You
you're
are
wrong,
wrong.
mate, but that's okay.
you are absolutely
No, I'm
100%
not
wrong.
wrong.
No, you are
What?
100% wrong. My mom can't cook. She is a woman. She can't cook. You're wrong.
Well, the best cooks
Well,
in
would
the
you
world,
look
and
at
it's
that?
not nice to say, but the best cooks in the world are,
Women.
yes, they're not women. You're almost right.
You are absolutely 100% wrong, sir. Chef Ramsay is a girl. He bitches like one, therefore he.
Okay, okay.
But make a good point, I guess.
No, but the thing is, women don't have to be best at anything, just like men don't have to be best at anything. Either men and women are complementary to each other, or they are not.
That is absolutely wrong. Women have to be the best woman in the room.
Yep.
Well, no, they don't even have to do that. They feel they have to be. That's why women are always at competition with each other.
They feel they have to be, therefore they must be.
No, that's not true. You can feel that you have to be the best ice skater in the world. Doesn't mean you have to be. It's basically something you put on yourself. You're asking yourself to be the best.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you
would
strive
it be,
for it.
in the same way, would it be like asking yourself to follow your own moral code? Don't settle for less.
Well, I don't believe in moral codes, to be honest.
Really? Why?
Because it's if you think that you can put anything in a predetermined code, then you don't know anything. For example, the moral code is stealing is bad. Therefore, is stealing bad always?
No.
So then the moral code is wrong, because then stealing isn't bad, because the moral code is absolute.
That's not necessarily true.
So which moral code isn't absolute then?
Well, if you look at it from an individual standpoint, every individual has their own outlook on a moral code. A moral code doesn't necessarily have to be something that every single person as a collective has to obey, but it has to be something that the individual would follow.
You're wrong there. Because what is a moral code? A moral code is basically a code
Laws.
that you will use as guideline for your life.
For yourself, though.
For
You don't need to
yourself,
get it.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
but you don't need to get it from a community, which means that everyone's moral code is
It doesn't matter where you get it
based.
from. You're missing the point. It doesn't matter where you get it from. Because if you follow a moral code, yeah, doesn't matter which moral code. Is there a reason to divide or step away from your own moral code?
You never been presented with one yet.
That's not an answer to my question, though.
I can't answer the question without having a situation in which I would have to disobey it.
Okay, so
How about,
then let's explore deeper.
All right.
Give me one of the moral codes you find absolutely something that you always need to uphold.
Don't steal from family.
Don't steal from family. Fair enough. Good point. Can you then imagine a moment where stealing from family is allowed?
No,
You cannot.
I cannot. Not for me. No.
Okay, does that then mean that you lack imagination? Or does that then mean that you can never, ever, ever steal from your family?
That's a good point.
Thank you. But that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not going to say that you should steal from your family. Obviously, I agree with you. You shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't.
But it's not a moral code. It's something I try to uphold, not because of my morals, but because I deem it right. What's the difference? The difference is, what is a moral? A moral is something you uphold whether you want to or not.
Yep.
I do not uphold morals I do not agree with. But I don't want to steal from my family. But I can imagine situations where a family member might steal from me. And I might disagree with them, but I can also imagine situations where, in hindsight, I understand why they did it. And with that, accept why they did it. But if I can accept why they did it, then I can't say you can never steal from your family, because I can accept that they did. Do you see the conundrum in that one?
Little bit. Not very clearly.
what you deem right in your eyes?
The thing of moral codes is that moral codes are things people uphold. And whenever you break a moral code, especially the more important you feel a moral code is to you, you will actually feel negative about breaking your own word or your own moral code.
Mm-hmm.
Is this fair though?
No.
So is it then smart to follow a moral code? Because basically following a moral code sets you up to fall down.
Because it places reasons for you to fail.
It places reasons for you to fail, on which you can actually agree that they are justified to do, but your moral code is against it, and therefore you put yourself in turmoil.
That makes sense.
Well, thank you. Of course it does, for fuck's sake.
Of course it does.
No,
Grand Netherland Buddha.
No, I'm no more than anyone else. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I like to think I know a bit, but I'm just another idiot. The thing is, as soon as we align ourselves with one line of reasoning, one philosophy, one religion, one moral code, as soon as we do that, yeah, one ring to rule them all. Yeah, but that's actually not a bad analogy.
That is. That's actually a good analogy.
So
you know what the worst part about it is? I hate Lord of the Rings so much.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. It's written as a mythology. It's brilliant.
Well,
Tolkien
the
was
movies
a fucking brilliant writer.
I can not like, since it's just walking simulator, but the books are good.
I have no doubt that they are, but I was a Star Wars kid. I grew up as a Star Wars kid.
Wow!
So did
Thank you very
I.
much. This is a perfect example of why you be led by a morale. So
the light
because you
side,
like
the dark side, yeah.
So because you like Star Wars, you cannot like something else? So
No,
because
actually,
one
what I was
moral
going to
is
say
here,
was-
therefore the other one is there?
No,
your
actually, what I was
morals are
going to say was all of my interests lie in space and technology, and not so much mythical and fantasy.
Yeah, like that.
I'm sorry, but Star Wars isn't mythical and fantasy?
That's exactly what I just said. I said it was all space and technology, which is where my interests lie.
But
It's
Star Wars isn't space. Star Wars isn't
fictional.
technology.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
It's
not.
it's fake bullshit technology that gets me off.
Yes, which is also called fantasy and mythology.
Not as good.
Yeah, not as good, dog.
And this is a discussion I had with someone else a long time ago. There's a girl, she loved watching soaps. She really loved watching soaps, and I liked Star Trek. And she didn't care for Star Trek one bit. Until I said, stop looking at it as a sci-fi series. Start looking at it as a soap. She loved it. She instantly loved it. This is what I mean, though. As soon as you align yourself with a moral code, with a philosophy, with a religion, basically what you're doing is you're creating for yourself a perceptual set. And this is a term that I might need to explain a little bit. A perceptual set is something that we do in our mind. It happens automatically.
Isn't it just a set of rose-colored glasses?
Something like that, yes.
Oh.
Something like that.
Like I mean that seems pretty accurate. I'm just guessing because I don't really understand what a perceptual set would be.
Well,
but
the thing
Well,
is,
a perception-
everything
a
can
set
be
of
viewed in
perceptions.
very different lenses. You know, it's
Yeah, a perceptual set is basically a set of ideas, principles, whatever, that colors your perception.
yeah, it's a special pair of glasses.
Yeah, indeed.
exactly.
Therefore, I said it was a good analogy, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, we have to recognize that we all, each and every single one of us, have a perceptual set. This is normal. We are humans. This is what we do. Is that bad? No, it's not bad, but we should be aware of it. And this is why I'm against following a code of morals harshly. I mean, I do have morals, I do have standing, but I define them. They do not define me. As soon as we start defining the other way around, we define from that perceptual set. For example, I can tell you how Lord of the Rings is great, and then you tell me, no, I don't like fantasy, I don't like mythology, I like Star Wars.
Yep.
And then I can tell you, well, it's fantasy and mythology as well. No, it's not. It's science. No, it's not. It's make-believe. It's fantasy. It's good fantasy, don't get me wrong, but it's not different than Star Wars, than Lord of the Rings fantasy. The setting is different. So you don't like the fantasy, dwarf,
Setting.
middle. Yeah, fair enough, nothing wrong with that. But they're both fantasy, they're both mythology, they're both make-believe.
Well, yeah, and Star Wars is basically a space opera, but
Indeed. So the setting is different. I mean, I've seen, I think it was Oh, I can't remember. There was a Japanese anime, which was basically the Star Wars story set in feudal Japan.
Oh, oh, I don't
forgot
know
the
the name,
name.
but I know exactly what you're talking about. I haven't read it, but I know about it.
But it's brilliant. But it's the Star Wars story from start to finish in feudal Japan. Okay, so they didn't have a Death Star; they had something else, obviously. But
They had a wooden star.
which made beautiful sense. But it also shows that the difference between fantasy and fantasy is only the setting. The difference between a morale and a morale is the setting.
You know, if you want another way to look at that, you know, there's a lot of Japanese anime that are based off the Christian ideology because they look at it as the same. Japan looks at Christianity and Catholicism the same way we look at the Nordic myths and the Greek myths.
But this is a perfect example of why it's just the setting. I mean,
Which is why I brought it up.
I'm a Viking reenactor. I may have mentioned that once or twice. I'm a goddess, which basically means I'm like a priest, a Viking priest, a Rus priest, not Viking, Rus. Does that matter? No, not at all. I don't care. I, as my role, I believe in it, but as a person, I know it's bullshit. There are no gods.
Do you get magic missile?
It's reenactment. It's not fantasy. We're doing live role play is something else. We're doing living history. We're trying to show people how people lived 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, we have reenactments around here too.
Do you get magic missile?
Well, my missile is magic, if that's what you mean.
Oh boy.
No, but the thing is, when we talk about religion, we do the same thing. If you're a Christian, you believe in a certain narrative of your faith. Now, there are plenty of different Christians. They do not agree with each other, but they still call themselves Christian.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen wars within the Christian communities because people are the wrong sort of Christians. Well, luckily they stopped doing that, but they've done that. But you're not allowed to say to a Christian, well, I believe in this God, you believe in that God, why am I wrong? Well, because you're not believing in my God. So that's the perceptional set. You see it with your eyes only, with your own goggles, as you say.
Yep, your own pair of glasses.
I've noticed with a lot of conversations I have with Christians since I work in a Christian company, it's like the views we have aren't really so much different, except I don't hang the word God on everything. You know?
Well, I'm also
And
willing
then
to
I say
bet
that, and then they're all like, "What?"
I'm also willing to bet that 90% of the staff at that company probably takes everything in their Bible as literal, even though they probably haven't read more than 20% of it.
I
20%.
don't
Come
know.
on. Most Christians don't even know that.
They have a journal with it, the Gereformeerden. I don't know what it is in English. The Reformed, I guess.
Yeah. Reformation.
And then at headquarters, they always read a passage out of the Bible every day. Thank God I'm not there every day.
Well then.
Well, that's okay,
there?
but I don't really care much for it. But at the same thing, you can read a passage out of any of the Tolkien books. You can read a passage out of any of the Discworld books, and they can make as much sense if that's the perceptional set you're going to be in.
Yeah, true that.
But
I just find it funny that, like I said, we don't think that much different from each other, but I'm still wrong because I don't believe in God.
yeah, that's basically the perceptional set talking.
It's weird.
Well, yeah, it's subscribe to our magazine or you don't get to vote in the fall calendar collection.
But, yes,
Yeah.
but that's it. But at the same time, is it wrong to steal from your family? I'm going back to this example because that's the one you gave me. Yes, it's wrong for to steal from your family. Is it always wrong to steal from your family? Well, no, but usually it is. So you're already letting go of your religion. This is, for example, what we see with Christianity. A lot of Christians are Christians in name only. They're letting go of their religion.
True.
because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit their.
Doesn't fit their narrative.
Yeah. How
Well,
many Christians out there do believe that you're allowed to have multiple wives?
They all live in Utah.
No, but you know what I mean. How many Christians in the Western world think it's okay to own slaves?
They all live in Utah.
No, and even in Utah, you're not allowed to own slaves.
You're not allowed to. You said think. You didn't say actually allowed.
Ah, okay. No, but the Bible says it's okay.
Yeah, I know. Actually, funny story. I came into this was a while ago, but I was browsing a bunch of old Christian videos, just looking at shit to laugh at, and I found one by this guy who basically had a a Microsoft Sam video calling gay people like abominations to American society, and this dude was black, right? And so I posted in his chat. I Googled Bible verses and I Googled anything about slavery, and I just happened to find something in Leviticus that mentioned that you're not supposed to go against your slave masters. In the same book that he's talking about, you're not allowed to lay with another man. And I just posted that in the chat, and I hadn't heard from him again.
But that's the thing, though. I love it. In the Netherlands, we have Jehovah's Witnesses coming around the doors time and again to ask if you want God and all that sort of stuff.
Bruh, that is not a Netherlands-specific thing. They are here everywhere.
No one likes Jehovah's Witnesses. Not even the Cubans did.
Oh, I love them.
Nobody likes them. Nobody likes to be woken up at fucking 6 in the morning.
Well, no, I don't like that.
Okay.
But I love them. I always go into discussion with them. Always. Because I do know the Bible.
When I was a kid, I used to love pissing them off.
Oh, no. You know how you pissed them off? How you really pissed them off?
Water balloons at them.
No.
You're using their own text against them, of course.
You're using their own text against them. Then they are fucked. Then they are pissed.
We had
water balloons at them. You're a bad kid. You quote the scripture back at them. Well, fuck you. How dare you?
We always had one of those people in our friend group, and it was hilarious because they would walk away all frustrated and shit.
Yeah.
We were like,
One time I legitimately pretended I didn't speak English.
You know what? You may call me a bad kid, but I will never forget him kicking over his bike in anger. I will absolutely never forget that day. It was magical. It was like going to Disneyland for a 15-year-old.
Well, I have to give credit where credit's due because we used to be like alternative kids, you know, the whole rock and gothic and death metal kids, you know. And there was always this bar that we all used to hang out on, and like every once in a while, this pretty oldish lady would always come up to us and go all Christian, and we were just like, wow, she's very brave to come up to people that look like Satanists and try to reform them.
See, I know you said it was an old lady, but I feel like you wanted to say this old lady who looked like a man who pretended she was a lady.
No. It was definitely
This bad.
just,
Definitely a lady? Oh, you checked then.
I'm going to go back to a concept I started to talk about, though.
the perception set?
No. When Jehovah's come to your door and talk about religion. Now, if we look 20 years ago, there was hardly a woman with them. And if there was a woman, there was at least one man.
Mm-hmm.
But usually there wasn't a woman. Two guys or a guy and a girl. That's about it. But nowadays they also walk in groups of women. And I love this. I really do, because the Bible is quite clear on the position of women when it comes to teaching a man. For those of you who do not know, according to the Bible, you're, as a woman, not allowed to teach a man anything.
What?
So how dare you? I mean...
the man already knows everything.
Well, maybe he doesn't, but...
He came from Adam, he knows everything.
But yeah, no, the position of a woman is not equal to that of a man. So I suffer not a woman to teach. I also suffer not a witch to live, but that's another one. That's not in the Bible, actually, but... So this is the small things, and then you have 3 women, 3 Jehovah's Witnesses coming to tell me that they are here because of God, and I'm like, do you know? I have to think. I think it was Timothy. I'm crap with remembering this shit.
You do know that God said you're not supposed to be teaching me this because I have a penis, right?
Well, actually, I said, Timothy. I think it's Timothy. 1 Timothy 2. Verses 11 and 12. That's basically the position of a wife, or of a woman, not even a wife, because you're not my wife, but you are a woman, and there's 3 of you, so the 3 of you are wrong. Yeah, but that's not in our Bible. Yes, even in the Jehovah Bible, that is there. Unless they changed it in the last, well, let's say 2 years. Yeah, but they mean something else. We're here now to tell you about the Lord, etc., etc. No, you're women and you're talking to me. I'm a man. You do not have the right to tell me anything. I can listen if I want to, but that's just me being benevolent. Oh man, you should have seen those faces.
Were they white as ghosts or red as baboons' asses?
Well, 2 of them were white, 1 wasn't. There were 3 women, by the way. But the third one wasn't white. She was dark, so she didn't turn white either. But she was pissed. And that's okay. I mean, this is your religion. Your religion tells you what you're doing is wrong. But at the same time, your religion is telling you that you should do this.
Therefore.
That's the hypocrisy of holding true to any moral standing. This is something I say to people when they're talking about philosophy as well. I mean, there are good things in Marxism. Not a lot, but there are good things in Marxism. There are good things in capitalism. There are bad things in capitalism. There are bad things. We shouldn't adhere to one philosophy.
There are a lot of bad things.
It's like breeding dogs. Like, there's 2 breeds. You got pure breeds. They both gonna have some like genetic disadvantages, but when you put them together, they can become like their outcome might be a better health.
Yeah,
it might be a better health, but you might wind up.
Yeah, they might be better off.
Yeah, but that's how it is.
Yeah,
we have to think for ourselves. So we have had great thinkers in the past that came up with some great ideas, and now we have to recognize them for what they are. Good ideas.
Marina Shut Up is not a great thinker, Modwain.
Yeah, but she kind of doesn't. But she basically holds true to her own opinion as well. She doesn't want to let go of her own opinion. So basically, she's doing the same thing as basically all those religious nuts out there.
I actually had an interaction with her the other day.
Did she respond to you?
Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
you've gotten further than I did, mate.
Of course, I'm only a 22 sub channel,
What'd she say to you?
She had released this video about biphobia or something. I mean, I was like,
oh my god.
Usually, doesn't that usually apply to the gayness part of a person like that? Yeah, well, sort of this, blah blah, but biphobia is distinctly different from homophobia.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take like 30 seconds to bitch about why she's wrong. First of all, biphobia is just 50% homophobia because you're not comfortable with them sleeping with the same gender, or you're not comfortable with them sleeping with the opposite gender, in which case you have an issue.
Nasty now, but there is no such thing as homophobia.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, there might be people suffering from homophobia, but it doesn't mean what they think it means. Homophobia means being afraid of men. And not men as in men, but men as in human.
Yeah.
So it should be gay phobia.
So it should be gay phobia, or same-sex phobia,
or phagophobia,
homophilia phobia. But
I think phagophobia has a better ring.
Why? Are you afraid of cigarettes now?
Can't we just call it? No. Can't we just call it the Justin Bieber rule?
I'm sorry. It's like
fine.
It's my preference.
My
I don't care.
preferences.
But if I find out, it's a big turn off for me. If I find out that the guy I'm with is taking it up, you know what, with another guy, just my sex drive. Bye bye.
Yeah, but in all fairness, if a guy is taking it up his ass, he's probably not interested in you.
Yeah. So,
Which is okay too. I mean, who cares?
Well, you have all those people
I
that are into
can't
femdom
control
and
what I
shit.
like. Well, I can't control my sexual preferences, but yeah.
No. See, they're not preferences. They're just you being racist, sexist, misogynistic,
Oh yeah,
homophobic bigot.
totally. Yep. My DNA is all that.
According to the cisgendered man who dresses like a girl who wants to sleep with girls.
Hey, Ichabod Orange.
Hey.
Hey, Orange.
Ichabod, welcome to the stream.
You know,
You're welcome.
I don't advocate for violence against these people. I really don't. I don't think you should I don't think you should beat down anyone. But I feel like I would get across so much better to a lot of these people if they would just sit back for a minute, let me warm up my hand, and just let one loose right across their face.
Oh,
Ichabod, give me a link to your channel in the Hangout thingy, so I put it down.
Ichabod was going to go all
I linked
biblical on
mine
my
to,
ass.
Okay, hang
you
on.
guys for it.
So I don't know if I told any of you, but I found out that I live like 20 minutes away from Ghazi.
Yeah, you
Oh,
I'm sorry for that, mate. I really am.
I'm very sorry for you.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but okay.
I live 20 minutes away from Black Hitler Tex.
Well, fuck me in the ass then.
I almost swear to God that I had seen him down the road the other day.
Oh no.
I almost swear to God I had to double take, and then I came home and
Oh,
checked
he
to
did-
see where he lived. So I'm not
He
sure. If it
doesn't.
was.
He doesn't work for a living. Well, he doesn't. Yeah, he literally doesn't work for a living. So who knows what he does on his free time? Maybe just wandering the streets. You know.
Well,
Dog life.
I'm officially free for a little while because I'm finally done with school. Yay!
Yeah.
At least until next semester.
Good luck.
What did you
Hey.
study?
I'm studying to be a sound engineer this year.
Oh, cool.
This was
That's
mostly
not
just
bad.
about getting all my
There
core
you
classes
go.
out of, math,
Thank you.
English, shit that I need, prerequisites and whatnot. So next year, the rest of the time that I'm in college, I can just start going for classes that I actually need.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my core classes. Both of my English classes had feminazis in it. Like, one of the teachers was talking about how she was raising her boys to be gender neutral, and that she got so angry that her boys would always resort to playing cops and robbers in the backyard, and she couldn't explain why that was happening because she was teaching her boys to be gender neutral. I was like,
What does she teach?
Yeah.
she was a English teacher. She taught English.
Oh, thank
She's
God.
already in the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have those stupid ass teachers every now and then.
Yeah,
No,
she
no,
was
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no, no, no,
oh, I was
no, no.
teaching my boys to be gender neutral. I wasn't giving them boy
there's-
toys. It's like,
When I was in 10th grade, I was in drama class, and my drama teacher was also the English teacher, right?
Mhm.
So she was a very stuck-up, snooty bitch when it came to pronouncing anything. So if you were just bitch it or just slide or misstep on a word, she would just jump down your throat. Not mean, but she would do it, and it would just start to get really irritating after a while because she would do it for everything. That's
To
just
be
that
fair-
doesn't apply. That's just. But
Just to be fair in that story, cops and robbers can both be women. So it's
Yeah, I
a
know.
gender neutral game.
Gotcha,
She-
bitch.
and she
Gotcha,
also
bitch.
started complaining about her one friend that had boys as well, and she was complaining about her boys playing with making the gun shape with their fingers.
Oh,
I'm like,
Lord.
I was like,
Oh no. Bang, bang.
yeah, college was something.
anyway, this bitch got on me for not standing up for the pledge. And she told me that if I didn't want to stand up for the pledge, I could wait outside her classroom. And I told her I'm not going to wait outside your classroom to not stand for something that I don't believe in.
What pledge
She
did
got
you not
really
believe
bad.
in, though?
When I was a kid, and I mean like a really young kid, I was very anti-flag, anti-American flag, anti-pledge, anti-everything.
Oh.
Well,
was
that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being anti. I mean, that's the
No.
whole concept of teaching children. I
And
mean,
As
at the
long as you
time-
don't kill anyone, you're fine.
You're in your rebellious stage.
Yeah. And at the time, I was kind of self-aware. I knew exactly why I was doing it too. Was doing it just to piss her off, but you know.
yeah, well, that's a bad reason. But the best way for her to combat that is not to force you, but it's to engage you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she literally pulled me aside and she's like, "Well, why aren't you standing for the pledge?" I was like, "I don't have to stand up for something I don't believe in. We're afforded that right in school." And she's like, "Well, if you don't want to stand for the pledge, you can just wait outside." And I said, "I'm not going to wait outside. I'll tell the principal if you want me to, but I'm not waiting outside." And she never raised the issue with me again, so I guess she knew she overstepped her bounds. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
but she didn't take the time to explain to you why.
no, she didn't. She
There
did
you go.
not say. She just said, "Don't do this. This is my classroom. You don't have the right to do that." And I was like, "Bitch, First Amendment. Fuck you."
Well, it's not her classroom to begin with. I mean, she's the teacher there, so you have to respect her in a way, but it doesn't mean that you have to follow her will.
Why are
You
teachers,
know what teachers
bitching
I
about their
respect?
kids in classes anyway? That's not a place to bitch about your kids.
You know what
Well,
teachers?
it was college for me. It was.
Yeah, that doesn't matter though.
You
Yeah,
know what,
for me, it's still
no.
high school.
You know what teachers I respected in school? The ones who talked to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what you're supposed to do. You're there to teach,
Well, yeah, you're there to teach, but you're not there
not to
be
indoctrinate.
Yeah.
You teach the little bastard.
Like 90%
You've done
of
that in my
classes.
class.
I'm sorry, but if you're there
like,
if you're there to
okay,
be
here's where
buddy
you
buddy with
stand.
your classmates,
Yep.
yeah, you shouldn't be teaching.
Mm,
But
I
yeah,
don't.
that's
Sort of, like to a point. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, to a point. I'm kind of in favor of there being kind of close teacher-student relationships because I'm not a really. As a kid going to school, I didn't talk to the teacher because I don't talk to people that I don't know. You know, I'm a very antisocial person. I would have opened up and probably learned a lot more if the teacher was a lot more friendly, but it seems like in class that I was in, the teacher was there to earn the paycheck, not teach the class.
oh yeah,
You know, it's just it doesn't make for a conducive learning environment.
Welcome to the glory of an American education.
oh yeah.
That's the thing, though.
Damn
I mean,
right.
I have been here for 18 years.
the problem with not just American, we see this in the rest of the Western world as well. A lot of our education is no longer education, but has become indoctrination.
Indoctrination, yeah.
You're not allowed to think for yourself. I'm going to tell you what you need to think.
Yep, and then you just regurgitate it back onto a piece of paper. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
But
it's
that's one of the reasons why they went for Common Core rather than the normal way of calculus. Because in the normal way of calculus, you have to actually think. Common Core is just you do this step, you do that step, you do that step, done. No, I want you to think.
I didn't care. I didn't care about Common Core until my best friend's wife became a teacher. Now, she's like one of my close friends, and now I have to hear about it all the time.
Most teachers are against Common Core as
All
far
the
as I know.
A lot of teachers are, yep. I mean,
Yep.
I've always heard those stories about, well, I did this way, and my teacher got pissy about it because I wasn't doing the right way, the right way, quote unquote,
Yeah.
You know, when I had math at what do you call middle school, high school, whatever.
Was this before or after Pythagorean
Grade
found his theorem?
school.
Well, it's part of it. But
No.
Pythag-
Was this before or after he discovered his theorem? I'm calling you old.
Oh, okay. Well, what makes you think he discovered it?
Oh, was it you?
To be fair, man,
Anyway.
you have to understand.
You know, one of these days you need to tell us stories of your days in high school with Jesus Christ. I want to hear about him. I heard
Jesus didn't go to high school. He wasn't smart enough.
Oh.
Anyway,
you got to think,
do
Bramble.
you know this?
It-
Sorry, go ahead.
The best way to tell how old Modwain is Ask him if he calls YouTube videos or movies. Never let that one go.
Yeah, well, I still call them movies. Fuck it.
Why do you call them movies, dumbass? They ain't movies,
Hey.
they're videos.
Listen, I could call them talking pictures.
Shut up, Santa.
He could call them
You
Nickelodeon.
generally are calling them talking pictures.
Anyway, do you guys know about Methuselah?
Methuselah?
About what?
Yeah,
I've heard of it. Yeah,
Okay.
I've heard of Methuselah.
What
the hell
did
is
you
that?
hear of him?
I've only heard vaguely about him. It's been a while. I just know the name. It rings a bell. Like,
Anyone
I have
else
heard
know
the
of
name.
Methuselah?
I've heard the name,
No.
and it reminds me of Medusa.
Yeah, me.
No, Methuselah. Medusa is way after Methuselah.
Methuselah. It's with the TH.
What the hell's a Methuselah? Whatever the fuck.
He was a mate.
Yeah, what is that? What's a
Oh my
Methuselah?
god, you guys totally
instance?
missed that one. Okay, never mind.
I did. I got that, but I just didn't say it.
Okay, fine. Don't answer my question, assholes.
Oh my god, it was another old joke.
Yes.
Yeah, it was another old joke.
Do you know who Methuselah was? He was a friend.
Yeah, I still don't understand.
Oh.
You're really showing that Texas education there, ain't you?
Yeah, fuck you.
Methuselah is. I think it's from the Bible. I'm not going to be 100%
Yes,
sure of it.
he's.
But
I believe
he
he's
was
a biblical
very,
figure.
very old. Even
Oh,
in
like
the
you
Bible.
then.
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't he like? Didn't he live like till like 900 or something? It was like
Yes.
really old. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Yeah,
now
that's
I
almost as
remember.
old as Modwain.
But
Anyway.
the thing is, Methuselah basically got that old not because he lived 900 years, but because he had 900 birthdays.
It's a lot of birthdays.
Yeah, but you can celebrate your birthday every fucking day of the year. So you can make 300 years in 1 year.
I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want.
Hey, if you're rich enough. Anyway, I wanted to go somewhere with that, and I totally lost my own train of thoughts. So
You're right back.
I don't think it
Apologies.
left the station. I think you were busy loading luggage and wandered off.
probably.
You want to know the quickest way to piss off a teacher in any school? You ask them
what their
why
paycheck is.
is 2 + 2 4.
But I can answer that.
But why?
Why?
And then just keep saying why after every time
yeah.
they give
No.
you an answer.
I think the word "why" would piss anyone off if it's
We
said over
gotta-
and over.
I can answer that.
Guys,
I always tell people that asking the question why is the most important question you can ask.
Modwain, but why?
Totally.
Because it's the only way to learn.
But why?
But I
Because-
genuinely
Because
want to
why?
know the answer to this
Let
question.
me get into the
Why
why and
is
then
2 + 2
because
4?
But that's quite simple. You know why 2 + 2 = 4? Because we decided that
we decided
two
it.
items of the same thing we call 2. And if we have 2 items of the same thing, and we have 2 items of the same thing again, and we put those 2 together, we call
We now
it
have
4.
There
It's
we
just
go.
a name.
Somebody actually comes up with the real answer.
I mean, we
Yeah.
could have called it anything we
It is
wanted.
a-
I mean,
That's
in
a
English we call it 4. In Dutch we call it 4. In German we call it also 4 actually.
Yeah, it's 4.
In Spanish, Italian we call it 4.
So the trick is that that's not a math question at all. That's an English question.
It's an English question.
Yes, it is.
It's this. If ever people talk about social constructionism, this is social constructionism. It's language. Why
It's
do we call
language.
2 + 2 4? Because of language.
But wait, but we're not deciding the race and gender and insults and whatever fucking oppressions that we're going to be doing for the next 3 weeks. We're just talking about language. This can't be this can't no, you're wrong.
But this is
can't be.
but this is why social justice warriors are basically idiots, because when they talk about how sex is a social construct, they're only partially right. They are partially right, but they're only partially right. The social construct part of sex is the name we gave it.
Yeah.
That's the only social construct part of it. Heterosexuality is only a social construct because we call it heterosexuality. It would be the perfectly 100% same thing if we would all decide to call it
Something else.
Nature.
Pudding.
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 This brings up
I win. Pudding.
another question about language.
But it's all about language.
British.
It's why
by the
words
way.
change.
Anybody from the United Kingdom?
Those are two different things, by the way.
You want to know
Just
why
in
the United,
general.
you want to know why the United Kingdom is wrong? Because they feel like they have to put their "u" in everything.
Just let me
Oh, yeah.
get to this. Is anybody here from the UK?
No.
Nope.
Nope. No, we're all actual people.
No. Oh, the UK's can't be here right now. They got that Snoopers charter going on.
Okay.
No, see, the United Kingdom can't be here right now. They left the EU. They don't have internet. They don't have water. They don't have electricity.
No, they haven't left yet. And
just
the
anywhere
left
in the
politicians try to
European
get it back.
area.
They're packing up.
Well, I'm from the
I'm
European
from the
area.
European area.
Okay, so for the longest time, people in the U.S. called black people African Americans. And I heard tell for a long time, because they could not be African Americans in Europe, they had a different name for them.
Yeah.
Call them there.
Well, it depends. What's their name?
A general reference for the people, not individuals.
Well, if,
Oh yeah, they had a general reference to the people. They called them niggers.
no, they,
I know that's the point.
we don't really use the word nigger. It's not that we don't use it, but just we don't
we do.
use it. Well, black
They're
Yeah.
niggers.
or Africans
We call them black people.
or
Or niggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that's
Yeah, I think it was
we
just
don't-
in
we don't
America.
we don't
We call them
use the word
black.
nigger.
No, we call them black. We call them niggers. We call them cattle. There's no difference.
We don't call them cattle. We
what
don't call them
is-
nigger. But we don't call them nigger because we don't want to use the word. It's just it's not a word that's in a lot of use in the Netherlands.
No,
but that's,
it's a word.
that's
No,
the
but
question I have.
Well, it's got a lot of
And it's-
stigma around it.
Its very nature. Somebody who here would be called an African American or a person of color, just
Obama.
calling them black, racist for the longest time, and I don't fucking know why.
Because in America,
Yeah,
people
I
are
get it.
stupid. Because they think that when you call them nigger, it's bad. But when you call them N-word, it suddenly isn't bad. But
Yeah,
everyone
N-word,
knows
too.
that with N-word, you mean nigger. So basically, you're saying nigger. But they don't realize it or something.
Yeah.
Modwain, you're an N-word.
I don't care.
And
I
for the
call all
record,
my friends my
N-word meant
N-word.
nice.
I'm not
thank
even
you.
kidding.
I still don't
Hey,
care.
what's up, my
Yeah.
N-word?
Wanted to hear Modwain say nigger a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, well, here goes. Come on, count it down. 3,
1.
2, 1. Nigger, 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 nigger.
That was
You
6.
start singing
That was
that
6.
one-
That was 6.
that
We're
one
gonna have
song.
to go for 7.
Nigga, 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 nigga.
200%.
Nigga.
It doesn't matter. It's just a word. Positive
Yeah.
meanings or negative meanings of a word are given by society. Da 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 da.
Yep.
Social construct. But at the same time, it doesn't make a fucking difference because if I call you nigger and you don't feel offended by it, guess what? The word nigger isn't offensive to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's
just like
You can
look at me, for example, and I'm part Hispanic. Well, I'm full Hispanic actually, and I get called beaner all the time, and I don't get offended by it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
why should you be
But
offended?
it's
Why
a
would you?
social justice warrior's job to get offended for you, okay?
Exactly.
I'm just gonna leave that link in the chat for anyone to
Right.
take a look at if they want. It kind of relates to the current situation.
In the Netherlands, we have a tradition, really, that a word that is used to describe you as an insult can be taken and changed to become a word of pride.
So,
the
oh,
Net-
I'm a beaner. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but no, in the Netherlands, we have how do you call it? Geuzennaam. During the Netherlands were at war with Spain. and the French court was part on the part of Spain. On the French court, one of the royals basically told people, well, why should you be afraid of them? They're just beggars.
Was
And
this
the
before or after your third wedding?
And this was
I never went.
the term Yankee as well, you know.
Well, yes, the term
Yeah.
Yankee was meant as an insult as well. And now
Yankee
it's,
Doodle Dandy.
but that's
exactly that's what the song was about. It was taking
Yeah.
that word and making it into something that's positive.
Well, back to my example, there was the French word for beggar was something like
Napoleon?
no geuze or something. I'm really bad, but in the Dutch we named it geus. So our well, basically the word we used to defy them. So our freedom fighters, our rebels, called themselves geus, which was derived from the French word beggar because they were called beggars. If you're going to call me a beggar, then okay, you will know me by beggar.
And
But
then
I will fight back.
It kind of shows that words don't really matter.
Yeah,
No?
it's
Words don't matter.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will leave mental scars that never fully heal.
Fuck out of here with that emotion.
Well, that's what they think.
But it is funny. So basically, if you look at people, there are two kinds of people roughly. There are the people who are continuously offended by anything they don't like,
And
there
then
are
the Jews.
and then you, and then there are people who are not.
Yeah.
And it goes so far that the people who are continuously offended by words will, because they don't get targeted themselves anymore, will now be offended by words you use to someone else.
Yeah, but it's just stupid because you take offense. There's no possible way to really offend somebody because they take offense.
Yeah, they take offense. Give it back
Well,
to them.
they assume
Why would you spend all that energy in being offended? You know?
they take the
fucking
beat
bullshit.
as spokesperson for whoever they take offense to. Okay.
Guys, I've actually got a PSA that kind of needs to be said, and I don't know where everyone's taking these fences, but can we get them back, please?
I have to point this out because it's why I've been giggling to myself for the past like 10 minutes. Somebody in one of the Twitter groups that I am called Diabetic Potatoes sent a picture, and it's a news headline, and it says Alabama man gets sister pregnant after unknowingly having sex with her during a furry orgy.
Isn't that a sound?
What the?
No, please.
But and now the worst part.
Damn it, potato.
And now the worst part. Is he actually claiming that he didn't know? Or did he really not know?
Alabama, bro.
Oh no.
Look, man, it's Alabama. He probably knew.
Yeah, he probably knew. He just like, nah, just like, no, pretend I don't know or some shit.
For fuck's sake, this is getting bad, really.
Let me ask you guys. No, hold on, wait. I have a
We have
question.
devolved.
I have a question that is going to derail this entire conversation. All right, but this is a legitimate 100% honest question. All right?
I know the answer. I know the answer.
It is not 4.
No, it's 42.
It is not 42 either.
It is 42.
Is it about?
That is. It's.
No. This is a legitimate question. Why do people hate incest? Have fun with
Actually,
that.
I have the answer to that.
Because
Genetics.
I have an answer for this too.
the kids come out fucked up and it's bad.
I guess.
It's genetics. It's bad for your offspring.
Well,
It's,
Yeah, it fucks up the
Yeah.
kid.
I guess that explains you lot. But then, what's my excuse?
Yeah, you
So you just
Let
have
me-
autism.
Explain this by giving you a handy dandy thing to search. Go to Google Images and search British royalty.
You go to Google Images and you search blue waffle.
no.
You
None
will
of us
not
here
get an
not
actual
even
blue waffle.
And stinky cheese. And cheesy peas.
God damn it, rambling. But yeah,
God
like
damn
if you
it,
look
Tommy.
at how fucked up some of the English royalty looked,
They
that's
suffer
why you
from a lot
don't
of
breed with
inbreeding,
your
do they?
siblings.
Like, legitimate
Apparently,
question.
yeah.
They suffer from a lot of inbreeding?
No,
Pretty sure.
no.
Like, what it had used to be was you would marry within the family to keep the power in the family.
Well, you married within a rough family. It's not just first or second line. You'd go out of the first few lines. But more
Wasn't it like
importantly, you
cousins,
married,
second cousins, or something like that.
yeah, second cousin at least. But nowadays, people realize that even second cousins is a problem.
Yeah.
Are we
But
all?
still inbreed.
This is, by the way, the same thing
Breeding
that
and
Coconut
inbreeding.
mentioned a moment ago. When you have two purebred dogs, you don't breed them with each other. You don't inbreed.
You don't
Yeah.
inbreed.
Because
They
inbreeding
come
is
out with
bad.
Bug ugly children.
So why are we against incest? Ta-da!
Science.
Science.
We found out through experimenting that it's very bad. Okay.
I thought it was just
God
because we
damn
did.
it.
As Thunderfoot would say,
Honest to God.
science bitches. It
I
works.
honest to God thought it was just because we didn't want another Madonna.
Oh no.
Fair.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Okay.
Consider
Don't tell me
this,
what.
Rambling. What would you get if you bred Billy Ray Cyrus with Miley Cyrus?
What would I
No.
get if I bred
Oh.
Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus? A Sarah Palin that's not entirely stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
The cringe is strong in this one.
Yeah, thanks a lot,
Thank you.
Ramblings.
Thank you for the images.
Yeah, ramblings of a nobody, more like ramblings of a faggot.
I mean, you know, man, I smoke cigarettes, so if you want to go ahead and call me one, I'm not against it.
Yeah, that's another thing. People call it fag. I mean, fag is a cigarette. What's the problem?
No, faggots
Well,
is
fag
faggots.
is a
That's what
cigarette.
they are.
Fag
A
is
fag
also
is a
some
cigarette.
low-
No,
A
faggots
faggot
are faggots.
is a musical instrument.
A fag is a cigarette. A faggot is a Silicon Valley resident.
You.
No, a faggot is a musical instrument.
No, a fag.
I'm just saying.
Rambling.
It
No,
can
a
be.
fag is a cigarette.
Or
It can be
rambling.
a cigarette. And it can be a musical
we're getting
instrument.
into language
And
now.
it can be a man who sucks dick.
It can be a man who sucks dick, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that
that's
man
just
is
like
A man who
not.
rambling.
sucks
a
dick
man
is
who
a
sucks
gay.
dick.
Have you
And here's
guys
the thing. You know, just because you suck a little dick doesn't make you a bad person. There's nothing wrong with sucking a dick.
Mm.
Are you trying to
So,
convince
right.
yourself or me, man?
Right. And there's nothing wrong with shooting a bunch of people.
Well,
is
it
it?
depends on what you're shooting with.
And who you're shooting.
Okay.
God damn it,
Well,
Bobby.
I love that bit of Jim Jeffries. You know, he's all like, apparently homosexuals love each other, love fucking each other up the ass so much they named it after being happy. Gay.
Get your AIDS spreading ass out of here.
Well,
Oh,
I read an article today that AIDS is predominantly a white women's problem.
Actually,
Not that
yeah,
they
that's
have,
true.
not that they have it more than anyone else. It's just that it's more of a problem because women.
Or
But
faggots.
The
Actually,
entire
if I
musical Rent.
Or
That's
rambling.
all I have to say to that. All of Rent.
I mean,
Or
is there
Modwain.
some reason you keep calling me a faggot? Is it just because you're from Texas and you don't know what a faggot is, or?
First off, I ain't from Texas. I think I've established this. But no, you're too much of a faggot to know that.
he's from California.
Oh, God. No wonder he calls everybody a faggot. If he's from California, he's surrounded by them constantly. He probably can't tell the difference anymore.
Guys, come on, don't be nasty.
Look, man,
It's
we're
true.
not being nasty. We're not being nasty. His state wants to leave, and our state doesn't. He's
I
just.
want to move the fuck out of here. That's what.
No, it is a legitimate sentiment, Modwain. Like, in California, the lines between straight man and gay man are very blurred. And it's not being mean, it's it's really legitimately hard to tell.
Yes, I know. A lot of people I know that,
Metrosexual. Everywhere.
yes, a lot of people I know that are part
not
of
even
the
kidding.
gay community have a problem with the whole metrosexual thing because now they don't know
Who's gay?
who's
Who's
gay.
who?
Yeah,
Dude,
You know,
absolutely
I
not.
actually have a
people
problem with
used to talk. People used to talk about how they had gaydar, and that always worked. Well, it doesn't work anymore.
I have a problem with that, actually. Because I have heard a lot of gay people complaining that they can't find out who's gay and who isn't. Well, see, here's the problem with that. If you weren't trying to enforce upon us that we had to know what your sexuality, personal pronoun, and fucking family history was before we fucking talked to you, you might have a better opportunity to find out if someone's gay or not. Just saying.
you
Well,
Okay.
dude,
could
Let me-
ask, you know.
I kid you not. I mean,
Let me point out how gaydar works. Because it's actually a very sound concept. You just have to know how to do it. Much like radar, there has to be a sound that goes out. And that sound is, do you suck dick? Yes, I suck dick.
No,
Guess
but-
what your gaydar works.
no, but for real.
Well, there you go. It's not
California,
gay.
you can't really tell the difference. I mean, this guy, he calls me gay, but he then, like, a few hours later, he firmly grabs my ass to say hi. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, buddy. Got that booty.
Well, I don't
Give it
care.
that one.
I
I'm
don't
getting
care if
paid.
it's,
He wasn't calling you gay. He was trying to feel out the waters for later.
yeah, I don't
Exactly.
care if
You
people
should
are
just
gay or
ask.
not. I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
There was a guy once that basically professed his undying love for me, but he knew
His
I
gay
wasn't
love
gay.
for you.
So yeah, there you have it.
Did he know you took place in the Crusades?
Okay, to be fair, in defense of the Crusades, they struck first. We just kind of came back.
To be fair, in the defense of the Crusades, it was clearly the Protestants.
No, it was
To
a
be
Catholic.
fair, it was
Yeah,
clear
Protestants
Right.
are
I know it was
as we all
Catholics.
know.
Wait, there's actually, I know it was a Catholic. I actually can't remember if I told this story or not. I think I did last time I was in the chat, but there was a friend of mine when I was in high school who I was arguing with about the Crusades, and I said that the Catholics did the Crusades, and he literally turned across from the table, looked over to me, and was like, "Oh, but see, what they don't tell you is that the Protestants actually carried out the Crusades." And I wanted to reach over the table and slap him.
Yeah,
To be
that's-
fair, Protestants are horrible people, and we can blame that shit on anything on them. Because they're Protestants, and that means they're terrible.
it's
okay,
the thing with religion, though.
Totally shite.
Alexander Anderson.
That's the thing with the religion, though, and then we come back to the story that I started to talk about a moment ago, the perceptional set thing, or the glazed goggles, or whatever.
You know,
If
that
you are
moment
part-
was like 3 life cycles ago, right?
It kind of devolved.
Yeah,
That was like 3 life cycles, 2 mass extinctions events, and 1 VMA awards ago.
We know he knew all of our grandparents, and we're just using their accounts.
Fuck you.
Yeah, isn't this? It's like Assassin's Creed is real now. All the memories are passed down through the DNA. That's how we remember how this conversation started.
You're joking, mate, but I could still remember how that was.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on before Alzheimer's strikes Modwain again, okay?
I'm not that old, actually.
I vote we rename Alzheimer's to
Yeah,
Modwain. Modwain's disease.
I'm not that old. Yeah, I'm not that stupid. Then.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure that Red is older than Modwain, but I'm not sure.
To be fair, nobody gives a fuck.
I don't know
To
if
be
Brad's
fair,
older than
suckle gently upon mine cock.
You will get thrown into the gas chambers along with all of the other Jews.
I am not
You don't
the
belong
Jews.
Okay,
But
guys,
you'll
look,
suck
guys,
upon me.
guys, we're
Yes.
on air. Stop leaking Super Auschwitz plans.
Talking
Oh wait, no.
about
Speaking of, somebody edited the Auschwitz Facebook page and made it into a pest control service. I kid you not.
that's nasty. Yeah, the thing is about if you look at things like Auschwitz, I mean, it's terrible that it happened. It's part of our history. We should remember it. It's not about blaming people anymore because the ones that are responsible are dead already.
Yeah.
Might be
I
one
could-
But then
of
again,
the
in
lines,
America,
but-
that's a touchy subject because in America they're still talking about stuff that happened 200 years ago. Also,
Slavery.
50 years ago. So 60.
Reparations.
Look, normally at this point, it would be about time to start wrapping up, getting over the World Trade Center. Can we just let slavery go?
Yeah, let's wrap it up actually because I am getting a little bit tired. Not of you guys, but physically.
No, you're just old.
No,
I'm just tired of this asshole.
Is
No,
it
I'm
7
enjoying-
o'clock already?
Yeah,
Is it time for the Odin sleep already?
Sleep. Oh.
Mark, would you be as kind as to tell these nitwits
God, that
what
was
time
great.
it is?
It is 1:10 a.m.
It's
It's
time. It's time.
4:10 p.m.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, but it's time for the Odin sleep.
Yeah, old man needs his bed. No, that's bullshit. But
Can
time to go
Modwain tell
sleep, you Irish
his
fool.
story first? Like he had
No,
a point to make, and we
yeah,
kind of distracted him again.
I kind of lost my point, to be honest, but I am going to call it.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? Come back next time. Maybe I will have it done.
Yeah,
Same
good luck
bat
with
time.
that. That'll be
Come back
lost
in a week. Come back in a week. The Odin Force should be restored, and Modwain will be ready to impart his global Netherland Buddha wisdom onto you. All hail the All Father.
Yeah.
Before you jet,
I
though,
always
can you
thought
drop the
Modwain was
link
more
to
like
the-
Santa.
All hail the Mod Father.
What was that?
Oh my God, Mod Father. You know,
All hail.
I told you guys a moment ago that I used to run a guild in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, was it
My
Mod
character
Father?
name has always been Modwain. Anything I do, my first name is always Modwain. Yes, people started calling me Modfather.
It's not surprising. Not in the least.
Anywho, let's go and finish this stuff up. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to give everyone a way to sign off and swear and blah blah blah. And I'm going to start with the last one in. Ichabod Orange, what do you want to say goodbye?
Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
Nothing to shill, nothing to push forward?
Fuck no. I'm actively trying to de-promote my channel.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Then we're going to go to Tex, because Tex hasn't been here for a while. That's partly my fault. He's here now. Tex, take it away, mate.
Sure thing. I'm actually going to be working on a weekly series. If you guys want to check it out, sub to me. It'll eventually go up.
Drop a
Yeah.
link in the chat so I can find your.
Yep,
There's
links
a
will be
link in the
provided in a
video,
moment.
dog.
All right.
Links will be provided under the thingy.
Right.
What, me?
sorry. You weren't ready yet, Tex?
Say it again?
You weren't ready yet
I wasn't ready for what?
with finishing because... Or did you do your piece?
Wait, my piece on what?
Did you say goodbye?
Yeah, I said goodbye, duh.
Farewell.
Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Mark,
Kill your crap.
shill your thing.
Go check out my channel. And if you like Ark and stuff, then go check my gaming channel. No, I'm really sucky at making videos, though.
You're pretty good, actually. You do a good rant.
But anyway, see y'all next week.
CoconutKisses.
Creaky, what?
So it's not CoconutKisses. Do I do it wrong again?
I don't really care. I don't care.
See, I made the same mistake last week, didn't I? It's Kisses. It's not Kiki. Fucking
Kisses.
hell.
Yeah, that's
Oma.
basically the name of my bar. Okay.
Okay, you wanna shill something?
No, not really. I'm just very casual channel. I am working on something right now. But I'll get it out when I get out.
Okay.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Ramblings.
Oh wait, it's my turn to show.
Yes.
Okay. I actually stumbled across a really amazing channel this week that I think all of you should check out. He's really, really informed, and he really, really knows how to vocalize his arguments, and he's just really a really great guy, and I want you all to check him out. His name is Steven Shives.
I can't. He blocked me.
I can't wait for the day I get blocked by him. I'm not gonna provoke it. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna wait.
Oh,
subscribe.
That'll be my initiation.
tweet to me, and you probably will get blocked.
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to the stream channel, and subscribe to Ichabod Orange because he doesn't deserve the promotion.
Damn it.
Okay, so I'm going to be the last to shill. Welcome all, not welcome. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as we did. Well, the whole concept of the idea was we started to talk about Barbie. We did that for a little more than 30 minutes, and then we started rambling off on the rest. Feel free to criticize any... Sorry,
who doesn't want to not talk about Amy Schumer, okay?
Yeah, that's true. Most people
we
don't
can only
want to
spend
talk
30
about
minutes
it.
on. We can only spend 30 minutes. We can only spend 30 minutes.
I think we were pretty lenient with 30 minutes, okay?
And we were nice. We didn't insult her or anyone else. I mean, I don't think we did.
Someone's gonna find offense no matter what.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, thank you all for coming by. Please check out all the people. I linked them down below. I'm Modwain, by the way, so you can check my channel out as well. And I hope to see you all next week. We will try to have a good conversation going then as well. Not a clue what about, but hey, join us and find out.